Hi, everybody. Welcome today. On today's episode of the Pipeline Podcast, I'm joined here by my gracious co-host Cameron.
Howdy.
And I'm joined here, lubrious blubber. Jaison.
I can't wait for Kevin to find what's called a dictionary.
It's called a seizure. I just had one.
Sounds like Steve Urkel that just gave up.
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
We're here today to tell you some fantastical stories.
Like the time Jason pulled my pants down in the middle of a pool.
Nah.
Yeah.
Liar.
I have assaulted Cam in many ways.
That does not sound good, my friend. That's not something to brag about.
And I'm still his friend.
You made a bad choice.
I made bad decisions.
Kevin, I don't need you coming in here being all jealous.
It's called criticism.
It's called criticism.
You're letting toxic people run your life, Cam.
I've seen you take dick, Jason. You could take a joke.
I can't.
He's like, I literally can't.
We
The doctor
literally
will
had
kill
a
me.
deep throat competition last night with hot dogs.
And
Kevin
Kevin
could
won.
have very dang well just went,
Dude, I deep throated that dog.
You did.
I did it so
Dude,
good.
the first time you did it too, dude, like no gag, no nothing.
No, dude, I went down to your fingers.
I know.
You were at the very tip of the dog, and you went, and you put it down my throat, and your fingers hit my teeth.
The only reason Cameron didn't go in further was because of the teeth.
I was terrified.
I was gonna bite him.
Yeah, in my head, I was like, he was about to bite
The second he,
They stopped Cam from getting completely swallowed like a freaking anaconda just eats a mouse. Kevin was about to unhinge his jaw.
Kevin was turning into a fucking Kirby for a minute there.
Yeah, I heard the vacuum suction start up from his bowel area. Just
well,
I was like, oh no.
I want to what have you guys ever eaten an extraordinary amount of food all at one time? But
I just want Kevin
proudly. Not I know we're big people, right? I get that. But what I'm saying is let's go to a hot dog eating competition where you just eat a whole tub of lasagna to yourself, maybe 5 pizzas. What's the highest?
Start with the one eating cheese bread right now.
All right. Yeah, the most amount of food I've ever eaten in one sitting was do you remember where the Village Grill is now here?
No.
No?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Okay. Well, before it was a place called Fired Up, and Fired Up had this challenge.
Did it?
I got it, and it destroyed me. At the end of that
I know
meal,
those well.
Yeah. The only reason why I had gotten far is because I had dude, it was pretty bad, but it was good. It was.
Wasn't there a time you ate?
They had the table all set up. They were cooking on their plate with a stick of butter. My little 5-year-old ass saw that stick of butter and went the fuck. And their first reaction was, "Where's Cameron's at?" And then my dad pulled up just down there with that stick of butter.
In your mind, was it Amish butter? Do you even remember?
I don't fucking remember.
It's probably the generic ass.
Yeah.
Just numbing down on some Imperial.
What about you?
I was getting Little Caesars for everybody, and she's like, "All right, let me do a count here. Cameron can probably do about half a whole pizza. Mike can probably do about a whole pizza." She looked over at me. She's like, "Yeah, that's a whole." Like, yeah, it's gonna be more than a whole pizza.
When they heard Jason was coming over a weekend, they were like, "Stock up."
I used to tell him, stop fucking eating.
Stop eating our house.
The way it would work is Jason would spend a weekend at my place. Then the next 3 weeks, I would stay at his place, and then the next time we would.
My place was just ramen noodles and chicken nuggets.
You probably thought it was the best thing to go over to his house.
Yeah.
No rating fridge.
I went over to Canada. I was like, they have the meat.
They have spam.
You went to that house with a crown, and they just laid out the carpet for you.
I had one friend Mason in high school that'd go over to his house every now and then. His parents hated me because I would drink all their orange juice.
Everybody still hates me because I drink all.
I think one of the funniest stories I had with Jason is the very first time he came over. I don't know my dad. He was concerned. So I convinced my parents, his friend, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, we'll plan a little date night next to me or whatever." Yeah, we had phones at. Yeah, I had that little juke thing. You remember that little red phone that would flip open?
Yeah.
And so he calls me and tells me that he's on his way over. I'm sitting there in the second living room that's way away from the front door.
See how good their fridge must be if they have 2 living rooms?
So I was sitting in the second living room. Now I'm sitting there playing video games or something. I don't remember exactly what I was doing. But I just hear my dad, Cameron, and I like come walking up and I'm like, yeah, and he goes, who's this man at the front door asking for you? And I was like I was confused. I was like petrified. I was like, who are you talking about? And I opened the door. I'm like, that's Jason. And Jason's like, hi. And he goes, that's your younger friend Jason. And I was like, yeah. And Jason, my dad thought Jason was a full grown ass man coming over to spend time with this kid.
Is my voice is high pitched though at the time? It's higher pitched than Cameron's was.
You know what's funny?
So I was like, can I see Cameron? And I'm like 5'10".
Yeah. You probably thought you were like this fucking like 19-year-old man trying to be a girl.
Didn't you have to bring like an ID to the fucking like movie theater so you could prove you weren't an adult?
Hold on, because that sounds dumb the way he said it. Because that's like obviously, right? Okay, so up until my 18th birthday, I never got questioned if I was an adult. So I could go and get I could go to GameStop and grab video games that were unrated games, and I could go into the movies and watch R-rated movies. And they were never like, whatever, he's big. It's fine. And then it wasn't until I turned 18 where I was going to the movies with our friend Eli at the time, and I was heading there. I was like, oh yeah, I'm finally 18. I was making this joke to him that I've never had to use my card. And the chick there was like, yeah, we need to see your card if you want to go watch this movie. And I was like, God dang it, because I forgot it at home. Yeah. And I was like, God. Okay.
The one time.
So we turn around, we go look at the movies that are playing, and we're like, can we get 2 tickets to Bratz? Like, whatever.
And then you guys go see the R-rated movie.
And it's like, alright, it's on the left. It's like, thank you. And we went to the right. She knew dang well what was happening. Yeah. I was like, what was the point of this?
I wanted to go see The Karate Kid twice in theaters, but one of the times I went with friends, and the second time I went to go see it was another movie, but it was R-rated. I can't remember what it was, but I went straight to it, and the woman came through the door. She was like, I knew it. And I was like, what? And she grabs my arm. Where are your parents? And I was like, and she was like, yeah, you're that kid who came in last week and went to go see Karate Kid, apparently. And I was like, I did. I did. I mean, I didn't sneak into another movie that time. I just this looked good. And she was like, we're calling him right now.
She asked your parents on speed dial?
She didn't, though. She just threatened me with it.
Oh, you just walked up the door?
She was like, you better not show up again. And I was like, oh, fine.
I see how it is.
Then Transformers 3 came out. Yeah. No, Transformers 2 came out. And then I went.
You went back?
Fuck them.
Dude, one of the best movie theater stories I have is there was a time in my life where me and my friends were going to the movies every weekend right after school.
Yeah.
Because we were at Blue right across the street from the movie theater. Yeah. So we would walk up to the movie theater, go in, and we would pick the movies that nobody's watching anymore because it's just the end of the day. And we would just fuck around in the theater. We would just run around and shit. There was one time we brought a football and we were just throwing a football across the theater to each other. And it was very odd because I kind of thought that we were gonna have that problem with Demon Slayer when we went to the theaters up here for it. I was surprised actually how many people were at our theater watching Demon Slayer.
I know, and it was out for 2 weeks at that point.
Yeah, had been out for 2 weeks at our theater, so it was already moved into the smaller theater, but it was still getting really congested in there, which I was quite surprised about. Yeah. And then there was that random group of 6 people that walked in at the very end of the movie, right when the fight started.
You guys are late.
Yeah.
You just look down at you guys, go, no. Aaron,
I knew it. You have a good theater story?
Theaters? I don't go to theaters too often.
You go to the opera?
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
What do you got about
hold on.
The last 3 times he's been to theaters was with me.
If you talk to my family, they will tell you about the time when I was like 5 years old and I could not stop saying the word boobs.
Jason was already hit puberty at 5, so he just talking about boobs all the time.
I think we went to go watch Spy Kids at the drive-in theaters where you get to watch 2 movies.
Yeah.
I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
I still think
to this day that's amazing.
Still. Yeah.
I've said that for a long time.
Yeah.
They're so
Dude,
nice.
when COVID hit,
That
drive-in
would've been
theaters
perfect
would have
timing.
been fucking banging. They would have been
gone
massive.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The food there was pretty good too, if I recall, probably.
Yeah.
But
Probably.
maybe. I don't know for sure.
He was 5. Everything
Yeah.
was good.
Anything with a hint of sugar was just
Being a kid is just like when you're high on marijuana. You know what I'm saying? Like everything tastes good.
Everything's good.
You always have the munchies when
Except
you're 5
yams. Fuck yams.
Fuck yeah.
Yams hurt me as a child.
Yams,
But
they
yeah,
did.
it's like everyone's trying to watch Spy Kids.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking over going, boobs!
Boobs!
Boobs! And someone, I don't remember who it was, it might have been my mom or my aunt, but they're like, look, if you say that again, we're going home. And I was like, fine. Boobs, 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 and pee-pees.
She was like, oh no. You did
Just
not.
say pee-pee.
And then like, boobie.
Boobs, and pee-pee.
And pee-pee.
Did you go deep like that too?
No.
Oh.
I was like, fine. Boobs, 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 and pee-pee. Sound like a freaking Kid Boo.
Oh, what did it... What, you know the story I was telling you about when Jason put my cousin through a wall?
Yeah.
I kid you not, like maybe 2 weeks after that, I was hanging out over at his mom's place.
No, it was
And-
like a year later at least.
I feel like it
I
was
was in
so
high
much
school.
sooner.
We were in high school.
No, I wasn't in high school when we went to your mom's the first time.
Yeah, we were.
Were we?
Yeah.
I don't feel like we were.
We were in high school.
But I just remember him and his mom, like, getting each other's faces playfully. Like, it wasn't like they were getting mad at each other. And she
Yeah.
was like, what are you going to do, big guy? You going to pick me up and throw me? And he's like, yeah. And he picks up his mom.
Yeah, because I
and
was
like,
trying to show off my football moves.
yeah, and then he pushes her into the wall, and she just goes right through the wall.
Oh my
And
god.
I started dying. I was in the chair, and I was just laughing so hard. At first, they kind of both turned to me, and they were like, what? And then he, like, put her down, and she turned around. There's just a big asshole in the wall.
Look how chill my mom was like, what?
Yeah.
She's just ready to fight Cameron. She made a joke.
And she's like, you think it's funny? My 6'4" son can pick my 6' ass up? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, I was banned from orange juice at Mason's house. That was fun.
That sucks.
I think the time I ate a lot of food was when we went to that Japanese place, Ikkyu. I want you to go there. Because I think it's really good. That
Ikkyu?
Japanese place, yeah, the ramen.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Okay.
we can't go to Naruto because someone doesn't want to stop in Phoenix and then Tucson. But it's whatever, Cameron.
It's a 6-hour trip, Jason.
It's Naruto-themed ramen.
Is it still in Phoenix? I thought I looked it up and I couldn't find it.
I don't know.
I gotta look again.
Yeah,
But continue.
You check. But we got those massive bowls. You remember them?
Yeah.
I'm going to do it with my hands, but they can't tell. But it's like, it was big. They're huge bowls.
Yeah, it was like maybe like almost a foot across and like 4 inches deep. Like it was a big fucking bowl.
Oh, yeah. And it's filled with like food too.
To the brim, dude. Like
Yeah, so we ate that. Nicole ordered, you know, Nicole likes to order food.
yeah.
She likes to she's like a chipmunk preparing for winter. She's just like, all these different options. She can just like stuff a lot of it in her mouth so her cheeks are all filled. But she doesn't want to eat all of it. So like, the stuff she didn't like keep putting her fork in, I would just like move it. Because I was like, I'll eat it later. And then we had like 4 items of that. Cameron didn't even touch something there. Some sort of pork thing.
Yeah, I think I tasted it and I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah, so he only did 1 fork scoop and left it. And everyone's like, why? What does this have to do with anything? I'm like germophobic with mouth stuff. So as long as they don't stick it in again, I'll steal it from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I ate that while we were still there. because Cameron couldn't even finish the ramen bowl. But I was like, don't bother taking that home because that ain't worth it.
Yeah.
But I had a mini fridge back at my place, and we stuffed everything in there. And just throughout the night, I just bloop, 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 kept stealing stuff out.
Well, you, Kevin, we didn't get your food story.
My food story?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I can't recall a certain time where I ate like a lots of food.
I got one more if you ain't got nothing.
I got a story, but it's not me. It's about Dallas.
Okay.
Well, I did. Okay, so my mom, after football practice, she was like, "What do you want for dinner?" I was like, "I'll have pizza, and my friend's coming over later." She was like, "So you'll share a box of pizza with them?" I was like, "Yeah." I was lying through my teeth.
You ate the whole box of pizza.
Dude, I ate that whole box, but then I went up to her, and I was like, "Yeah, he said he could pay for more." And I just, like, so happened to have money. And she was like, "Okay," but I did bring a friend over at that point. So we did go. And we got more pizza. And he kind of just rolled with it. And there was a point where she was like, "Must be hungry, huh?" And he, like, gave me a weird look. And then he looked at her. He was like, "I'm pretty hungry."
I'm pretty hungry. He's like, "What's happening?"
But we get to my house, and I'm like, "Dude, thank you so much." She's like, "Why?" I was like, "Because I love pizza."
Goes over here. I just swallowed I deep throated a whole pizza before you got here.
Dude, speaking of which, hand me one of them.
All right.
Cheesy breads.
Cheesy breads. Yeah, I went to this pizza place with my grandpa one time called Chariot.
That sounds delicious. I want to go just based on that.
It's pretty good. I like it quite a bit. But it was like a 50-minute wait for the pizza.
Why?
Because the pizzas are massive.
They're that big?
They're pretty big. I don't know how long it actually took. It was a while, though. We had to wait quite a bit.
The restaurant I told you guys a while back, Zachary's in Tucson, it was like a 25-minute wait for a pizza because there were some thick pizzas. They had to make sure that dough was cooked.
We were also ordering to bring some back
to
the house. So I think they were going to do it, like, however. But we ordered these salads. And we were like, whatever. Side salad each. Nothing crazy. No. It was a forest. It was like a hell. Yeah, they had these big plates, big dinner plates they use at, like, Thanksgiving to serve the turkey on. Yeah, that. But then just this mountain of lettuce and ranch and, like, onions and tomatoes. And we just had to power through that the whole time. And they think we both got down pretty freaking low. And one of my grandpa's relatives walks in. I guess they're our relatives.
Yeah,
because we're related. One of our relatives walks in. And they're like, "Aren't you going to touch your salads?" And we're like, so we had like 2 pounds of salad. It's like, "Don't talk to me, Nancy. Leave me alone.
Be gone, Satan.
I don't need that negativity in my life. This is the healthiest I've ever been."
I mean, honestly, there was a time in my life where I got, as a kid, really addicted to the Circle K slushies.
They got bad.
God.
Like, even when I was with you, you were pretty bad.
Dude,
like when I first met
that
you.
was coming from childhood addiction.
Yeah.
My childhood addiction, my friend's father and stepfather worked at Circle K, and I thought he was the coolest person ever because he'd always bring home drinks and shit.
Yeah.
And then he'd bring us there, and we'd get to pick out our drinks, but I'd always get a slushie. He brought us both home a 1-gallon jug. And I'd go there and fill it with slushies twice a day at his house.
Oh my God.
I know. And then we'd cook ramen together, and it was like Iron Chef. We were like, who could cook the best ramen?
I think there was one night, me and Jason were just like starving. And we're sitting there, we're pulling out the ramen packets. I'm like, how much ramen do you want to make? And he's all, let's do 6. And so we cooked 6 things of ramen.
Didn't we do something like that at my house?
No, we cooked 3 things of ramen at your house, and I told you a really neat way to make it, and you completely fucking botched the shit out of it.
You were like, don't add the water. And I was like, you're supposed to add the water.
And I was like, Kevin, no, that's not.
You're like, not that much though. And I was like, fuck you, Cameron.
Yeah, but I
looked you in the eyes as I poured it in. I was like, yeah.
I had told him too. I was like, so what you want to do is like cook the noodles halfway, pour out most of the water till you have like 2/3 of it just broth and noodle. And And I was like, then you add the packets, and then you boil the broth with the noodles the rest of the way, so the noodles kind of absorb that flavor. And he was like, gave me a weird look. He was like in his head, like, that's kind of dumb to do that.
That is dumb. You put it in the water now.
No.
After?
No. See, now you're looking at it the same way he did.
Yeah.
So what you're supposed to do is you cook the ramen.
Yeah.
You get it halfway cooked, then you pour out water till there's only 2/3. It's like it's 2 parts water, 1 part ramen, and then you add the packets to it, and then you boil it the rest of the way through. I had told Kevin to do that, but he had thought add the packets before it started boiling.
I'm gonna stop you right there, and that's some chemist level stuff that I don't agree with. I need you just to take that alchemy outside, because no, what we do is we drain the whole thing, and then you add the seasoning.
No.
Yes.
No, you can ask Kevin. When I made it for
It's
him,
good.
he looked at me dead in the eye, and he was like, "This is the best fucking ramen I've ever had." I looked at him, and I was like,
said,
"Yeah."
Besides the sour cream or ranch thing I do.
Yeah. And he looked at me dead in the eye, too, and he was like, "Yeah, what we had the other day sucks." And I was like, "I know it fucking sucked. I didn't eat it. I took a bite out of it, and I hated it."
To be fair, like we said earlier, last time I had made ramen before doing that with you was as a kid.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so hard to find, like, nice ramen at the store, though.
I know.
I haven't found anything in
There's
Gameyverse
nice
enjoy.
ramen in a grocery store.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, to go home and make?
Yeah.
I just feel like there's never anything good.
They
Maruchan's, like, okay.
have...
But it's not that good tasting.
I've never really expanded it past...
Oh, yeah, they don't have Maruchan up here anymore.
No?
No, now it's something fucking Panda,
Dude,
and it's disgusting.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I tried Panda the other day, and it felt like it burnt my tongue in a chemical kind of sense.
Yeah, I haven't tried it myself, but everybody that's had it told me it sucks. And so I was like, I'm not even gonna waste my time.
It's not disgusting, but it is not good.
It's not Machan.
I poured a bunch of soy sauce on it, and thank God my little brother Jacob came in clutch. He's like, we need to add something to this.
There you
And
go.
I was like, what do you want to add? We don't have teriyaki sauce. That's usually what I'll do.
Yeah,
I like
teriyaki.
teriyaki sauce on some ramen.
Oh, yeah.
I like the Panda Express teriyaki sauce that you can get
Oh,
in
yeah.
the bottles.
Yeah.
I love that stuff because it's just loaded with sugars.
Yeah.
It's just my ketchup for Asian food. But yeah, we got some soy sauce, like Kikoman
Yeah.
sauce. Whatever. I'm trying to give out the brains because I love those people. Yeah, but it tasted good because it was salt now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, Panda tried. I don't like
They
it.
I don't know if you've seen it, but the Safeways here at our stores, they have
That's disgusting.
they have wet ramen packets inside their fridges. So you can get you know how Machan is like dried ramen and shit they have to boil to rehydrate. They have prepared ramen that you just have to boil to get hot and finish cooking all the way. It's raw dough ramen, and I haven't tried it yet, but I've been very curious.
You want to try like before I leave?
Not with $100 left in my account.
That's fine. We can put it off if you really need to, by the way. Like, if you need more money.
We'll figure it out.
Because I'm going to be broke, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think it comes with like ramen packets or anything, so you would have to make your own broth. Granted, I have the shit here to make our own broth. I just don't have anything
You
crazy.
could even do chicken broth if you really wanted to.
You know,
Well, I have beef bones.
speaking of really shitty but really good quality things, you know those like banquet red pot pies, like in the red packets?
Yeah.
Those suck. Those suck so bad.
My dad would
Fix
beg
your
to
shit,
differ.
banquet, right? But if you get those big green,
Don't be one this way.
the green baxes,
I said one, but okay. Okay, you're tearing it. Ooh, wow. You're so smart. But go ahead.
you know the green baxes,
Yeah.
the greenbacks pot
The
pies.
Mother Jemima, whoever the hell they're called.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
Mother
but
Jemima?
some ladies on the front of it. I don't know what.
Fuck yeah, I love that pie. I could eat that all day, every day. Just give me that shit.
Best pot pie I've ever had.
Pot
Nicole
pie.
made. It was really fucking good.
I've never had a homemade pot pie.
I used to do the microwave ones.
That's what I'm talking.
That's what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
I like those.
The green ones are better than the red ones.
Jason's
I don't care.
Listen, I used to like the red ones too until I took a step up out of the dirt.
Until I became an adult.
Until I stopped digging in the mud for worms. And then went to the water for fish.
And realized it was actually just eels. That are electric.
Still better than worms. More meat.
Wait,
More meat.
Okay, what's a food you guys haven't had that you would want to try? Or like an animal.
Haggis.
Kevin, you see the door?
Nah, I want to actually try beef Wellington. I've never tried that.
Okay.
I'd want
that's
to try
really
beef
good.
Wellington.
Yeah.
Have you had it?
Yeah.
No.
No? I would love to try that.
It looks amazing.
Guys, we're going to get reservation for the Hell's Kitchen restaurant in Vegas.
You know how expensive that is?
I
I
know.
was about to say, with
Yeah.
whose money?
I think I saw a Reddit post where the guy ordered like 32 ounces of it, and it was like $500.
Oh, God.
What?
Like, I think so. Well, it's a high demand restaurant from Gordon Ramsay. So, like, the name's gonna sell on its own.
Yeah.
But he has, like, multiple awards on top of just being, like, a celebrity chef.
You know that burger truck from Regular Show?
Mm.
That, like, had a burger, like a tiny burger, wrapped in a patty, and, like, they did other shit with it. That was,
Yeah.
like, just
And it fucking
extraordinary.
dropped it in deep fryer and all that other shit.
Yeah. So, that is actually a real truck.
Oh.
Whoa.
And they do sell burgers like that.
You want one?
I want one. I'm a big burger guy. I love burgers.
Yeah, burgers are good.
Wait, okay, hold on. My favorite burger place that I'm so glad these two both fell in love with, Lindy's.
Lindy's in
Lindy's is
Tucson.
so
Lindy's
good.
on 4th. It's really fucking good.
For sure. Lindy's is awesome.
It took so long to finally be able to get Cameron to like have the stars align so we could actually go to Lindy's.
To have the proper amount of money, because
Yeah.
you did tell me it was going to be a little pricey.
And by the stars align, I mean not bring Nicole with him. Not to be mean, but that was holding us back for a while. But yeah, and it costs quite a bit. It's like
Did we meet up with Eli there the first time?
no, you weren't there. I went with Eli. Or did you say we or you?
We.
No, not you. Yeah, I went there and then went to the.
Did we
snooker
meet up
thing.
with somebody, or was it just me and you?
The first time was just us.
Oh, was that? Okay.
Next time was with either Kevin or Nicole.
I think it was with CJ.
No, we never went with CJ.
No,
told
we
CJ
went to that.
We told CJ at Dave and Buster's we should do Lindy's next time we're down here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna go to BJ's.
BJ's, their pizza is amazing.
BJ's is pretty good.
It's so random.
We could hit BJ's next time we go to Tucson. It's right next to the fucking Tucson Mall.
Yeah, it's so random, but their pizza is so good. I love their pizzas.
For anybody who doesn't know, we're not talking about blowjobs.
No, we are. That's the joke that always has to be made.
At
Going to
BJ's.
BJ's. It's like,
man, better bring my $1 bills.
I'm gonna go get a blowjob. It's like, oh, you're funny, Derek. Good one.
I remember the first time I ate at BJ's too. I was a little like sketched out because it was very like, it was modern look before modern was a thing.
Oh,
If that makes sense.
like soda sopa.
Yeah. And so I like walked in there and I was like, this is weird.
I expected it to be just some gross like bar.
Yeah. It's
And
completely
a really
not.
nice restaurant.
Yeah, it's a 2-story restaurant.
It's really nice.
Where's the nicest restaurant you guys have ever been?
McDonald's?
That's a good
Jason just
choice.
had like a really fancy McDonald's that he went to.
The
night-
I
so-
gotta think about it.
The nicest restaurant I've actually ever been to was on a cruise ship. Like, it was really fucking fancy and it was real cool.
I've always wanted to go on a cruise ship.
If you don't have a lot of money, I don't recommend it.
I'm going with no money.
yeah, don't do
I'm
that.
sneaking on one.
Don't do that.
Oh,
Why?
they know. They know. They got tight security. Dude.
They don't.
They got cameras everywhere.
If I stick on the side of the boat,
Kevin's
Someone
just hanging off the
Someone
side.
just stares at Kevin the whole time he's hanging on. Like, what are you doing?
I'm just like, hey, can you help pull me up?
He's
He's
like-
like,
No.
I think they have a
You got a
curfew.
ticket?
I could be wrong, but I think they have a curfew. Like, I think at a certain time their bar actually closes
Oh,
and,
it has to.
and they have just security walk around.
It has to, because
Yeah.
people could fall off at night.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
You can't risk that. Even
Wait.
if they're drunk, I think that's a fat lawsuit.
wait, then what do they do with the people that board?
What do you mean?
unlawfully.
Oh, they have a jail thing.
Yeah.
They just throw them aside.
They have a room they can make you stay in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a story about that.
Yeah.
Last time I was, the first time I was ever on the cruise, and last time, because I've never been on more than once, there was a guy that got caught stealing like $1,500 worth of merchandise from like the gift shops and shit that were on the ship. And so security caught him, found him, and literally they held him in his room the whole 2 weeks he was there. Like, this was day 2 that he was put in there. And he was stuck in there for fucking a whole week.
The fact that he thought he could get away with stealing so much like money's worth of merchandise
Yeah.
in 2 days
In 2 days.
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who the fuck in the world is like, oh, we have $1,500 worth of inventory missing from our shops? They're like,
Huh, I wonder who that is. Let's check the cameras.
it's nothing, I guess. This happens all the time.
The best part is, too, is he stole all of it. And because he was still on the ship, where do you think he was going to go with it? Would have been best to do it at the very final day.
I know. Like, if you're gonna steal something, don't be dumb about it. Come on. Like, with people on camera, they, like, look straight at the camera, and then they put something in their bag. It's like, are you just asking to be caught?
People are dumb.
Oh my god, Tommy has so many security camera stories, man.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead, Jason.
We gotta get
Sorry,
him
I cut
and
you
talk
off.
about it.
I love how big boats like that have there's so many old people that just want to die, you know. They want to die on those boats. One last vacation that they have like rooms dedicated to putting dead people in it.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
They
dark.
do. They do, dude.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
they
this
do.
one guy. There's this one guy from my my church. That's what to say because I don't really go, but that's where he was from. But he had a peanut allergy. Ate something in it that had peanuts in it while they were on their boarding thing.
Mm-hmm.
Day 3 of a week, so he died.
Oh my god.
He died, so they had to put him away
Yeah.
for 4 days.
They have a holding place type where they will put dead bodies if someone dies.
Mm-hmm.
That's super disturbing.
Yeah, that sucks for the family.
After
The family has to wait 4 days before they can do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a vacation boat.
I know, they have like a conga line going, like...
it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
like. It would be kind of hard to just enjoy yourself knowing that your dead spouse is 5 stories below you
Dude, I know.
on a lower deck.
That's the point. It's not fun anymore.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, if you're old, don't go on ships.
You're
bro.
just kind of
Go
swimming
like
with
your
your
own little
fucking
Viking
corpse.
ship.
Go on your own little Viking
That's
ship.
how my mom always says she wants to go.
Yeah.
She's like, give me a bunch of fireworks, a bunch of drugs, put me on a Viking boat and send me off into the lake.
What a way to go out.
In my honest opinion, though, throughout the entirety of the cruise, the best part about it was the excursions. The things that you did off the boat. I don't know why, but I had a fucking blast doing
Well,
those
what do you
competitive
mean?
things. So, like, the boat will take docks at certain ports, like really beautiful area. Like the one we went into, they go through the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean area of Mexico.
Yeah.
And so you get off when they pull into these ports. You can go off and like go around town, go look at shit, or you can take excursions, which is a thing that you pay. You pay some receptionist somewhere on the boat. You pay them to go on this like excursion where you get on a big boat and they drive you to like a private island and shit.
Yeah.
And so the first one we did, we you know the scene in the very first Pirates Caribbean movie where Jack Sparrow is on his little dinghy that's sinking, and he looks over and there's that arch with hanging pirates skeletons inside of it.
Yes.
We went and saw that. We went and saw that arch and everything. We drove around and the guy had pulled up next to a tiny private beach that was right next to it and dropped us off, and we went snorkeling there. Fucking coolest thing I've ever done. I loved it. It was so cool because the water was like, the water was so fucking clear, you can see the ground, even in the deeper parts of the water. It was fucking awesome, and I don't know why, but I just loved it. And then the other excursion we went on, we got taken to a private island that had a its own buffet layout and everything like that. Yeah. Canopies everywhere, and it was a pretty decent sized island. That like they had a miniature like zoo thing that was going on there for like reptiles that live naturally on the island, and they only like 150 people were allowed there max, and so like it was pretty spread out. Like there wasn't a lot of people, and it was pretty giant island. It was fun.
Huh.
Had a real good time doing those. Everything on the ship though, compared to those. Like,
oh yeah, you get to actually get out and explore stuff.
Yeah.
It's natural. It's not like man-made or anything.
Man, I wish are you able to fish while you're on the cruise ship?
No. You move too fast. You wouldn't be able to anyway.
That fish would be, please!
It just gets ripped apart.
Well, the speed you're going to, if you had a line out and you're holding it, right when you would hook a fish, it would go, your line would go.
Yeah,
you wouldn't even have the fish.
Especially if it's a big fish. Like if it's like a 200-pound tuna,
it's gone.
Yeah, you ain't holding on to that.
Especially going that speed.
Oh, yeah. No.
The tuna might die. It might get ripped in half, but you're not holding on to that pole.
Yeah.
Damn.
What?
Damn.
Tuna get that big?
They do not.
Yeah, they
Tuna
get massive,
dude.
I wouldn't know.
Tuna's like one of the biggest fucking fish you can find.
Oh, I wouldn't know. There was this time Tommy was telling me about this guy in an elevator at an apartment complex he was working at. Yeah. And he was like, he sent me the video of him. This dude was pissing in the elevator on the buttons and everything. And he looks at the camera and then he goes back to doing it. And I'm like, oh my God. And Tommy was like, dude, that's not all I see. There was a couple fucking in here legit. And I was like, nuh-uh.
Immediately after the pee guy.
No, it was while it was happening.
He's all pissing on the couple.
But I just, like, it boggles my mind. Because have you seen those, like, security cam footages of the, like, women walking in fucking stores and, like, taking a shit in them? Like, they'll, like, drop their pants and just, like, plop one down on the fucking tile floor and just walk away.
If I saw that and I was working there, that's the day I quit. I just leave. Like, why you quit? And I'm like, aisle 6? Just keep walking.
Yeah, dude, there was one time I was working at Safeway and one of the managers came up to like me and 2 other guys that were working there at the time, and the manager looks at us and he's all, I don't know which one of you are on bathrooms right now, but somebody just took a shit in the middle of the men's bathroom. And like I looked over at the guy who was on bathrooms and I'm like, you on your own, buddy? And I ran out the door and the pool carts. I was like, there's no way I'm going in there helping him clean that shit.
You're on your own, buddy.
Dude, he like pulled in like a big old trash can and everything, dude. And then he was like, dude, I threw up in the trash can a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he quit like 3 days later.
I was at a Walmart actually last week. And I was like getting a belt for a wedding that I was going to because I didn't know your belt was in my trunk. Had no idea this whole time.
Even though I gave it to you to wear.
Yeah. So I buy a belt. This is the one I currently have right now. I fucking get in the bathroom and I'm putting it on in the handicap stall, and I get it on there. And I'm like, I open the door up and I turn around and there's a fucking shit on the side of the toilet on the seat, and I go, oh no, I didn't even notice that. and this dude, like, I walk out and he's looking at me and he has a Walmart badge on him, and I go, oh dude, it sucks to be you. I didn't do that.
I wish you had just said it sucks to be you and just walk out.
Dude, fuck it.
He was like, well, he like gave me that face of like, oh fuck. He knew exactly what I was talking about.
There was one time so me and Kevin were in Walmart together. Yeah. I really had to take a shit, so I walk into the Walmart bathroom and I go into the big stall and I look over and the fucking toilet is just filled with toilet paper and shit. And like there was shit like on the sides of the toilet and everything. I was like, there's no fucking way I'm using that. Luckily I go into the next one. The next one's perfectly fine. It's clean. Right? So I'm like,
that's
okay.
how it always works. It's
yeah.
Like yin and yang.
And so I go into the clean one. I'm sitting there taking a shit. And I hear a guy come in, and he goes in that stall, locks the door, and then proceeds to take a shit in that toilet. And when he's taking a shit, I hear Kevin walk into the bathroom, and he's sitting there pissing, and Kevin's all, oh. And then I hear Kevin run past, and he's all, oh.
I went, what are you doing in there, boy?
Yeah, and he's all banging on my stall and everything. I'm trying not to die because I'm just like, I don't want this guy to know that I'm in here laughing at Kevin. And then right when the door opened while Kevin was still next to me pissing, I hear him go silent. Kevin doesn't say a damn word the entire time after. And then Kevin walks out That guy goes out. I leave before the guy at the other stall's finished. And I get out and I'm laughing. I look at Kevin. I was like, there was a guy at the stall next to me just taking his shit. And Kevin was like, no way. And I was like, yeah, he was shitting in that nasty ass toilet, just having a good old time.
How can people just look at a toilet seat and go, I'm gonna ruin someone's day?
Dude.
I don't know how you do that.
Oh,
how do you wake up in the morning and go, I think I'm gonna shit somewhere today. I don't think I'm supposed to.
I feel like every time that happens, it's like, did you hear that Super Mega story that Ryan had when he went? I feel like that's what happens. I feel like people think, oh, I'm just gonna kind of goof this, and then you end up actually fucking something up.
But he was at an angle with this camera.
Yeah.
So I mean, unless they're taking a picture of their shit,
dude. Imagine you have some explosive shit though. Right when you get your pants down, you're shitting before your ass hits the toilet. I feel like that's what people do. They start release before they're fully ready.
They're getting prepared and they take a shit and they just sit on their own shit. They're like, oh, shouldn't have did that. I've seen a video of this girl walking down an aisle of a store, and she starts walking really funny for 3 seconds, and then she stops. She goes pale. You could see it on camera. Goes pale, and then she just shakes her leg, and a fucking turd falls out. And she starts walking away again like nothing ever.
That's so fucking gross.
I was like, "What? How do you sleep at night? You fucking monster!"
Does Jason have a gross bathroom story?
Nothing like that.
No.
Jason, what things?
I do have a cousin who was the bathroom savior though. Because twice in his life, he has had to wake someone up that was sleeping on the toilet. My great-grandma, and then 3-year-old me.
Sleeping on the toilet?
I think it was me who was sleeping on the toilet one time. So this happened very close to each other. Because I think my great-grandma went when I was 4. So very close together, this man had a series of people napping on toilets. And he's like, God dang it. He's the hero we don't deserve.
I had a time at my house I lived in Marana before I knew Jason. I was a little kid. And we had this guy living with us at a time. His name was Brian. He's not my brother. But his name was Brian. And he was there with his girlfriend. And they were sleeping in what at the time was Ashlyn's room. And Ashlyn had moved into the room across from them because it was bigger. But they were sleeping in there. And the bathroom was right next to that room. I would wake up in the middle of the night having to pee real bad. And so I would sneak out into there so I wouldn't wake anybody up. Because they would sleep with their door wide open. So I'd sneak off into there, pee, and then I wouldn't flush the toilet because me being a little kid going, I'm going to flush this toilet and I'm going to wake everybody up. It's because it's loud as hell. I don't want to wake everybody up. I'm trying to be a good kid in a sense, Yeah. And then I open the door slowly and I start walking out and I just hear from the bedroom, Cameron, did you flush the toilet? And I jump and I turn. I'm just in my head, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing awake? I was so surprised he heard me. I was so quiet. The only way he would have heard me if he heard my pee just tinkle on the side of the toilet. Something. I don't know.
Maybe he was just awake before you did it.
Dude, I know. But I was like, no. He was like, you can go flush the toilet. And I was like, okay. And I go and I flush the toilet. Dude, that happened 5 nights in a row, and it scared me every fucking time.
He got really tired of your garbage.
Yeah.
He's like, Cameron, flush the toilet.
Because in my head, I'm just it's just pee. It's not a big deal, and I don't want to wake everybody up. And he's just like, no, flush the toilet. And I'm, okay.
Yeah, no, I have a younger brother that thinks, hey, it's just pee, let's leave it. No.
Yeah, I left it because...
Stinks!
I had left it because in my head, I'm a little kid, and I'm trying not to wake people up.
It stinks.
It's just sitting there.
Yeah, it stinks.
Festering nastiness.
I think it smells good.
Kevin just...
Cut.
We're leaving. No, but yeah. It would just surprise me every time because, being a little kid, and it's 2 a.m, and I just hear, Cameron. I'm like every time. The first time it happened, I didn't know where it came from. And so I was just terrified. I was like, there's a ghost
talking. Did you just freeze?
Yeah, I did. I freezed and I was like, I looked around for a minute and he's like, Cameron. I heard it again and I turned and I just see him barely peeking over the bed. He's like, go flush the toilet. And I was like, okay. For like a solid like 10 seconds, I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was in trouble.
See, whenever I'd take a bath, when I was a little kid, people would always crawl because the bath was like at a 90-degree angle from the doorway, so you couldn't see the doorway from the bathtub, but you can see the doorway from the mirror that was like on a upper end of a countertop with our sinks, right? So like every time the door opened, you could see who's there. The thing is, while I was taking a bath, people would crawl under that way and just crawl at me while I was in the bathtub, and I would freak every time. And it got to a point to where it traumatized me, and I think that's why one of my biggest fears are things crawling. Yeah, they traumatized me, man. It's just like I'd be sitting there, nude, most vulnerable state in the bathtub, and they'd be like, and I'd be like,
Oh my god. How old were you?
I was like, dude, it happened all the time, like when I was 5 to like, I don't know.
Dude,
maybe
apparently
9.
the stories Kevin would tell me with his brother in the room, his brother would torture him, dude. Like, they would do some mean things
There
together.
was this one time, dude, I just wanted to have like a fun pillow fight. And I just look at him, and I hit him with a soft pillow, and he grabs the toughest pillow in our living room, and he, as hard as he could, he sent me flying off the couch. Like, I went off of the couch, hit my head on the ground, and I was just crying, oh, why did you do that? And he was like, don't hit me.
Don't hit me.
I didn't.
Well, the way they would talk
So
about it
sad.
too, I would think that he like despised Kevin. But like you met him, like they love each
It's
other.
sibling stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so sad that Kevin had like this horrible time with bathroom stuff. Whereas like when I was little, and I was just laying in the bathtub, just kind of floating. There were these weird little things that would just pop back up in the water, so I just push them back down. And I was like, "What's going on? What is this?" Right? And I was like, I called for my aunt because I was at her apartment when I figured this out. And I was like, Sarah! Like worried.
Yeah.
She kind of just like, what's wrong? I'm like, what are these? And she's like, those are your balls, Jaison.
That's fucking great.
Scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, dude, I was like, what's going on?
You had a pleasant time.
I had a real wholesome experience.
Oh man.
Your head just looks at you. Kid be playing with the balls in the tub. I don't even know.
They go and check on you, and Jason's just
Yeah.
with his...
Doctor goes, turn your head and cough, and he touches you. Go, what is that?
What'd you just do?
What are you doing to me, dog? Dude, my first time with Dr. Brady, when he started like giving me physicals and stuff, he touched my balls. I was like, are you enjoying it? He was like, I can never take you seriously when I'm giving you a physical for football because you're always just making these really weird jokes that I can't laugh at without looking bad.
Well, yeah, it's because Kevin's making a joke when he's fondling his nuts. So a nurse comes walking in, and the doctor is like,
There was this one time, like it was the first time he did it, and he grabbed him. I was like, "Whoa, are you gonna pay me first?" Some kid in 3rd grade's got you beat. He paid me.
That's fucking great. I think, dude, I got a story for you guys.
No way,
Dude,
shoot.
there was a time in my life, of course, that I didn't know that there was uncircumcised penises and circumcised penises.
Which one do you
So
have?
like, I have uncircumcised. And so,
Uncircumcised?
huh?
Uncircumcised?
I am circumcised.
Oh, you are circumcised.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
What are you? I'm just curious now. I'm circumcised. What are you? Alright.
Okay.
I actually have a vagina.
Oh,
Nah, I'm circumcised.
yeah, but so like, I was hanging out with Mikey. You remember Mikey?
Yes.
I was hanging out with Mikey, and we're sitting there, and we're just like, I'm not gonna give last names. That's not even. It's his nickname even. But I was hanging out with Mikey, and we're sitting there, and we were doing something. I don't remember what we were doing, but he like gets up and runs down my hallway. And you know how my house was with the living room up there, and the hallway that went down the corner, where you put Justin through the wall. But anyway,
Yeah.
I like got up because he was gone for a minute. I like go and I looked down the hallway. He has his pants on his ankles. And he went running at me full speed, and he was uncircumcised. I didn't know what was in between his legs for a minute. So
you got a worm down there.
There are boys, girls, and whatever that thing is.
Boys, girls, and Mikey.
In my head, I was just like, that's a weird looking dick. I was like, whoever he gets with is going to be like terrified. Like, that thing's scary.
When I first saw an uncircumcised dick in real life, like in person as a kid, I was like, "What's that? What is that?"
First time I saw that, I was like, Uncle, please put that away.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
But yeah, leading up to that, after learning what it was, I think a fairly young age, because I was like barely in middle school when that happened. Yeah. But after that, in high school, I was riding around in the car with my friends Bryce and Fabian, and me and Fabian got on the topic about uncircumcised and circumcised,
yes.
And Bryce was like, "So how do you know which one you have?" And me and Fabian were like, "Well, if you just have a mushroom top, then you're uncircumcised. But if you have extra skin over it, then you're not." And he goes, "Well, I have a mushroom top. If I pull my skin..." And we're like, "Bryce, stop! You're uncircumcised." We're like, "Okay, we get it." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
The fact that you don't know what it means that you're uncircumcised.
Yeah, right? That's a good point, yeah.
The only reason why I know Jason's brothers are uncircumcised is because of what his mom told me. We were sitting there and she was like, "Yeah, I got Jason circumcised, and I heard him screaming bloody murder when they did it in the other room. So I thought it was terrible, so I never got any of my other kids done." And I was like, "Good, that's that. I needed to know that."
Well, would you circumcise your kid?
Yeah.
That was a very quick.
Yeah.
Would you not?
I don't think so. I mean, you can make that decision later, can't you?
Well, yeah,
No?
but then so the problem is making it later is if you do it, you have to make sure you don't get an erection. Otherwise, you're going to reopen those wounds.
I think...
And it's terrible. It is not a good thing. It can cause permanent scarring and real bad issues.
It sucks because you can't control those bitches.
Yeah. Which is why they do it when they're babies, because
I don't know.
you're not going to get
I don't think there's a benefit to circumcising.
I got a boner
there is a
while
benefit.
doctor did it.
So, being uncircumcised... There's actually been cases of people that are uncircumcised and their skin touching and sealing. People have had have that removed, and you have to maintain and clean it properly. A lot of parents have it circumcised, because if your baby's uncircumcised, you have to physically fondle your child to clean it properly, otherwise they're going to grow a yeast infection at a young age.
Well, I think fondling's kind of a rude word.
You know what I mean. Clean. You have to maneuver their shaft to clean them, and a lot of parents don't like that. They don't like to have to, in a sense, jack off their baby to clean it properly.
You're jacking off your baby.
Well, you know what I mean. You have to make you have to make the motion though. You have to grab it and pull it back.
The only thing
which
I
is
worry
a
about
flow.
with my siblings is if they actually like maintain that. Like I ask them time to time, like, do you actually like wash your wiener properly? And like, what do you mean? I'm like, so no.
Do you scrub yourself and pull back your skin and
Back?
wash?
Yeah. And like, you don't, like, I don't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't have to do that.
Yeah,
you don't? That's why I'm asking. Mine's
but yeah,
sealed.
there's a lot of problems that could happen. Apparently, though, if you're uncircumcised, everything's more sensitive, so sex feels better. But I would rather not have the risk of having to maintain that, in my opinion.
I don't know. Yeah, it's something I'd have to look up more, but
yeah,
it seems odd.
But yeah, no, 100%. If I have a boy, I'm getting him circumcised.
If I have a girl, I'm getting her circumcised.
You just get her nipples chopped off.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus. I would never do that to my worst enemy.
His daughter gets bored. He's like, "Yeah, doctor, I want her circumcised." And he's like,
How much?
He's like, "What do you mean by that?"
How much circumcised?
How much circumcised?
What's your favorite streaming service to use right now?
It's easy. It's an easy choice. Don't you lie to me.
What is it?
Don't you lie to me.
What is it?
You know your favorite show is
What-
from any streaming service.
what
right
is it?
now. It's Amazon Prime. Don't lie to me.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
It's not.
Amazon Prime.
No.
Invincible.
Nope.
Easiest, best show.
Of 2021.
Yeah,
Best show so
that's
far.
one show on an
The Tick.
entire streaming service.
The Tick.
The Tick is good comical relief.
Wayne.
Huh?
Wayne.
Wayne's good.
I didn't watch Wayne on.
Blackwell Ghost is another reason.
Yeah. My favorite's Disney Plus though.
Really?
Yeah, I love Disney Plus.
He's
Why
just
not?
a Disney nerd.
I'm
so
a
yeah.
Disney nerd, like without a doubt, and they have Star Wars and Marvel on it. Like you can't fucking tell me that's not awesome.
I don't have.
They
Disney
have
Plus.
Star Wars shows, Marvel shows, all the Marvel Cinematic Universe, new Marvel shows that are collided with the Cinematic Universe. It's really
Have
fucking
you watched
good.
the
It's
Hawkeye
really
thing,
good.
or is that not out yet?
The what?
Hawkeye? I think that's the.
Is there a Hawkeye one?
I think they're
Hawkeye
doing a
one?
serious thing about it. Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to finish Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier though.
I want to see that too.
Mine
It's
would
really
have to
good.
be HBO Max as of right now.
I forget their shows.
Yeah, what's
on that
HBO Max got right now?
HBO Max has got everything from Adult Swim, which they're
Okay.
adding from their older library. So like the Drakey Crow show.
Oh, okay.
So that's coming to that.
one.
They
Oh,
got
sorry.
they got anime lining up. Like they got Jujutsu
Oh, nice.
Kaisen on there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
They do got they got God of High School on there. That's a badass show.
You know my least favorite streaming service?
Huh.
Netflix.
Really?
I don't like. What's Netflix really got that's
about
like
Yeah,
nice?
Shudder?
the only thing I'm watching on Netflix right now is Sword Art because
Like-
nothing else has
Like,
Sword Art at the moment.
HBO Max has new movies. Netflix gets old movies. It's like
Black Mirror,
Black Mirror is good.
Love,
Sex, and Robots.
Sex and Robots. Yeah.
That one's really good.
I think,
New episodes of that came out
I think,
recently.
I think
I haven't seen
Netflix is my least favorite though.
Yeah, I can see that. Hulu's got better shows.
I haven't tried Paramount
Netflix.
Plus, so I don't know if Paramount Plus.
If
is
you
any
like
good.
Nickelodeon, Paramount Plus is your
Well, the
best friend.
iCarly reboot.
I gotta get
Yeah,
Paramount Plus
we,
because
we
of
all
it.
gotta watch it. Yeah.
We gotta jump on that shit.
I mean, we grew up with that shit.
Somehow
Oh my God.
you'll see the world's gonna change for me and be so wonderful. All right, that's it.
We even got
No.
hot beer.
Oh,
Dude, Spencer's back.
Dude, I'm excited.
Spencer's back. And he's not on crack.
And he's not on
I
crack.
really don't appreciate how large Woody is in that poster you have over there.
I know.
It's too big.
There's
It-
a snake in
It
the water hole.
kind of made me upset getting that poster. If anybody's wondering, it's the Kingdom Hearts 3 fabric poster you got from GameStop if you pre-ordered the game. I was hoping the fabric poster was going to be the cover of the case.
Oh, yeah.
Of the plastic case, because that would have looked so much fucking better than that.
Yeah, it just got Woody, Donald, Goofy, and
Okay,
Sora.
you have to say it in order of size. That you have Donald, Sora, Goofy, Woody.
Woody.
Yeah, I don't like Woody being 8 feet freaking tall and everyone else 2'6".
I know, he's not the mainstay of the... Well,
Yeah, they make Sora the largest character at least.
The only reason why they did that is because when they released the demo for everybody to play, it was only the Toy Story level, and it was the first stage of the Toy Story level, and people were in love with it. Granted, it's one of the best levels in the game because it's fucking massive and it's really cool.
I get you.
But like, I don't like Sora's toy form.
But
I don't know why.
To be fair, with Disney becoming an absolute monopoly,
An
let's
absolute-
be honest,
An absolute unit.
they're becoming a monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney Plus is probably the best one.
Yeah.
Because they own everything.
They've put most money
They have
into
Fox too.
Discovery Plus is super good if you like reality TV. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I do like me some good reality TV. Like Hoarders, I'll watch episodes of Hoarders. I'll watch fucking Pawn Stars.
I watch episodes on Hoarders.
I watch a
when
lot
you
of
come to
Pawn
my
Stars, but I
house.
just do that on the History Channel.
I'll watch Ghost Adventures for sure.
Dude, I was honestly a little upset when the old guy died.
The old
From
guy.
Pawn Stars.
Oh.
Right? I'm like, I don't know this guy, but that's a little sucky because he was kind of funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brother.
I liked how he just made fun of Chun-Li all the time.
All the time. I like that the whole reason they keep Chumley around is because he's a nerd. And whenever somebody brings in nerd stuff, they're always like, Chumley, come here.
He's like,
Yeah.
It's time to freaking shine, baby.
I know, right?
Yeah, bring out. Stop with the Confederate flags and muskets. I want that Halo suit you got.
yeah,
Yeah.
do that shit. You're an energy sword.
But okay, what's your least favorite streaming service?
My least favorite streaming service?
Probably Netflix.
Nope.
Netflix got some good shit though.
I don't know, man.
Tell them that they don't.
Some. I think everything else does pretty well.
I think Amazon Prime. Just kidding.
I was like, don't lie to me.
Just kidding.
The only reason why I can
whatever show. To be fair though, Netflix is how my brothers are finally gonna start watching Demon Slayer.
True. I feel like the only reason why Amazon Prime would probably be there is because they have a lot of movies that they do show and offer, but you have to buy them on top of it.
Sins, bro? That's kick-ass.
That's why I'm not saying Netflix. That's why I'm saying Amazon Prime. I feel like because Amazon Prime teases you with some movies. They will show you movies, but then you click on it and you actually have to buy it. You can't stream it. It's kind of dumb.
Yeah, let's just move. I just want Invincible somewhere else. I don't care about it. That's the only reason I would have Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime is... Like, right now, the biggest things to watch is Invincible. Like,
that's it.
Yeah, that's it right now.
And we have a podcast on that. But
yeah, go check that out.
Audio wasn't there.
It's you.
It's me.
It's me.
It's me.
And I'm very sad because...
You had nothing good to say.
I had a lot
This was supposed to be stories about our lives, but I like this conversation.
This is part of our lives. What do you
guess
mean?
So.
Invincible is my life.
Invincible
I got
is my
beat
life.
by my dad until he left.
Yeah.
What? No, you didn't tell me this stuff.
Do I need to?
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
You don't have deviated symptoms.
Remember that one time we were at Breakers Water Park and they had to evacuate the whole pool because someone shat in the pool?
Yes.
Do that a lot. A lot of pools.
A lot of pools.
But was it diarrhea?
I don't know what it was.
I don't know, but I do know
I think it was
that,
a solid log.
with COVID, Breakers would not exist.
No,
because there's just so many people in the wave pool. I love that thing.
The wave
pool? Yeah, it's just fake waves that they generate.
Yeah.
I love it. But wow, okay, I'm just kidding.
I gotta take you to the water park, Kevin. No,
it doesn't exist anymore. Though.
Not that one, but
yeah, some other water park I'm sure has something similar. But yeah, there's all these people.
Water parks were able to thrive during COVID.
Rafting? What's it called? What are those things?
Tubing.
The tubes, yeah.
Tubes, yeah. There was one time I was stuck underneath the water, and like I was looking up, and there's just all these tubes because people just line up in them.
Yeah.
For the waves, and I was like, man, I feel bad for whoever this is, but I'm going straight up.
Jason would throw people off tubes.
And then this tube just.
He's like, hell.
Yeah, this kid just collides with some other kid.
The best part too
is
is
I need to breathe.
The best part too is Jason's like a super fast swimmer, so by the time they like collect themselves, look around and see what happened, Jason's gone.
I'm a slippery snake. Just take off. I'm not even fast. I just push off hard because I don't have to worry about my weight in the water.
Yeah.
There was this one time I was at the aquatic center, and
wait, where? Where?
It's the pool here.
Oh, I thought it was like an aquarium.
No.
Oh, I was like, oh, hey, that sounds
cool. It's a
cool.
pool. So I was there, and they have a giant slide, and
it's not
there's
that giant.
usually somebody like it's not that big.
It's because you were a kid. Yeah, when you're a kid, it's massive.
No, I was a kid. I was massive too.
So I'm going up this thing like for the 5th time, and there was no lifeguard up there. There's always supposed to be one. And I go up there, and there's this, like, 2-year-old just super nervous about getting on it. And I just pick him up, and I push him on it. Like, he wasn't on the slide. He was waiting there, and I was waiting behind him for, like, a solid minute. Yeah. And in my head, I was like, this isn't happening. So I was like, I'll make it happen. And I picked him up, and I hear him go, oh, and he goes, ah!
There was one time when Cameron and I went to Breakers, we had a race down the slide. But mine didn't have a lot of water in it. So at one point, I kind of just got stuck. And all you hear while I'm sliding is... And I was like, I panicked. Because I was like, I don't know how fast he's going to send down some next kid. It's like... Trying to get to the next water source as fast as possible.
Did you still beat me down or something? No,
because I had more. Cameron was a lot he was a lot smaller at that point
than I am now, especially.
Yeah, he had a girlfriend. You just get fat. That's how it works.
I was also in football, exercising every day after
receiver,
school.
So there's a lot of running. Yeah, I hadn't started yet, but yeah, I'm just just freaking out. Finally get to the water, slide again, and I'm like. Oh, that was the most stress I've ever felt in my 12 years of existence.
It was so funny because, like, we get to the bottom, and I was like, that was fun. And we start getting out, and as we're walking away, Jason's like, I got stuck on my slide. And I started dying laughing. I was like, no way! In my head, I was like, I'm gonna go get it.
Have you guys ever gotten in any like terrible wrecks while like riding a bike or anything?
Oh,
yes.
Hey, we actually talked about this,
yes.
didn't we? On the streaming.
Yeah, I think we
Time
did one of our streams, yeah.
Next time, yeah, go watch it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, there was one time I was, I had my cousin Sean was over, and we were riding around on our bikes. Devin was riding around on this giant tricycle we had with like just 3 big ass wheels, and Devin was riding around on that, and then he stopped in the middle of the road and just left it there when he ran down the road to do something. I don't know what he was doing, but me and Sean come up over the hill, and right when you can see down the hill is where the tricycle was. So Sean barely turned and missed it, and I went full speed right into Sean's back tire. And I was like thrown off my bike. It launched me forward, and I slid on my face, scorpion style. Like, I swear to God, I felt my foot touch the back of my head. The way I hit, I slid down on the asphalt on my face, landed in front of my parents who were outside watching us, and my bike like flipped over Sean's bike and landed on my legs. I got up and I was all. I was grabbing my face, and my mom's like, go in the shower. And I'm sitting there, I'm trying to wash my face. It was burning so bad because it's fucking road rash on my face. And I show up to school the next day, and everyone's like, what the hell happened to you? And I was just like, I told them the story, slid on my face on the road. And everybody called me Scarface for like the entirety of the day. And then I got called into the counselor's office, and they asked me if my parents were beating me, and I was like, you can tell this is road rash.
Yeah.
No.
Guys, you got a PhD in what?
They don't have a PhD.
Like, I was so concerned.
A teacher.
I was so concerned, too, because it was in the middle of class, and the teacher's like, you got to go to the counselor's office. Yeah. And I was just like in my head, I was like, I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah, I did something wrong. Yeah.
But I just love how in the morning, because we always met up at, like, the little breakfast area in the cafeteria, like right outside of it. Cameron's like, my face hurts, so don't make me laugh. And I just gave him this face, like...
and I started giggling. And I was like,
ah! You should know the moment you say, don't make me do this, people are like, hey.
Well, you just set yourself up for laughing at that point. You're just ready.
I've had a pretty bad one.
Wait, hold on, because mine's just really lighthearted and simple.
All right, go for it.
Mine's just simple. But we tried roller skating, my family and I, when I was younger. It didn't go well. But we have this like big bump that was right outside our house, the speed bump.
Yeah. And
I had put the roller skates on, and my mom went over the hill, little speed bump. I call it a hill because I was small.
Yeah.
But
so in your head it was.
Yeah, my aunt Bridget also went over it, and I'm like, okay, Jason, your turn. I just whoop fell straight forward.
Oh.
But I like turned into it and rolled, so I ended up back like on my feet. And my mom was like, what just happened? You just ninja roll? I just looked up and I was like, yeah?
Yeah?
I done diddly did.
What you got, Kev?
Well, there's this one time, because my mom, she used to hate when I had ripped up my clothes. I do it a lot because I'd crash a lot on my longboard.
Yeah.
So, there's this one day, I'm going to the park, and I'm riding my longboard down this really steep hill right next to my house. And I'm going down it really fast. And there's the only way I could ever make the turn at the bottom of this hill is if I go to the opposite lane and then like long turn it. Right? That's the only way I could make this turn every time. Well, I tried doing that, and this car pulls up. Wrong lane and everything. I hit the bumper of it. I go flying into a ditch, and then my back of my head hits a storm drain. And I remember like being a little dazed. I get up, I look down, and my pants are shredded. I go, "Oh fuck, Mom's gonna kill me!" That car did not. I'm dead anyway.
Kevin's just sitting there like having a near-death experience, and he's worried about his mom beating his ass for ripping up his pants.
Kevin just like limps over to the guy in the car, just finish me, please.
I went home like later that day. I was like, fuck it, I'm going anyway. I don't care. I went, hung out, came back, but like the moment I walked through that door, my mom's like, "What happened to your pants?" And I go, "I almost got hit by a car riding down our road on my longboard." And she goes, "And you ripped it that much?" And I go, "Thanks, Mom. Thanks, you really got my back in these scenarios."
No son of mine comes in with that big of a rip.
I think one of the best moments I've ever had when I was over at Kevin's, we were sitting there in his room and he was playing some game, and Kevin just kept dying. At the time, I was just sitting there playing like Assassin's Creed Black Flag because I didn't want to play any multiplayer games. I was just kind of like to myself at that moment. But Kevin was playing some online game. I think it was Rainbow Six, and Kevin kept dying, and he was just like, "Fuck!" And I could hear his mom, "Kevin, language," and he's like, "Sorry." And then like 2 minutes later, "Fuck!"
My dad's like, "Kevin," and I'm like, "Sorry."
Yeah. When his dad got mad, that's when Kevin was like, "Oh, fuck."
Motherfucker threw me out a window.
Yeah.
I ain't messing with that. No way, no how. That guy was a good guy.
He was a good dude. He was a real good dude.
He was a good guy.
Didn't he
Jason never had a dad.
No, never.
Am I right?
And I like joking with Cameron that he likes to befriend people that don't have dads. Because there was one time we wanted to play Among Us. And we were like, we need like at least 4 people. I think it was Cameron, CJ, and I in a party. And so we were like, hold on. Cameron's like, hold on, let me see if I can get Kevin. I was like, alright. So Kevin gets in, and then one of us, because you know, when you don't have a dad, you make a joke about it at some point.
I think it was CJ.
And someone made a joke about it, and Kevin was like, "Me too." And I was like, "Me too." And then I was like, "Wait. One of these things is not like the others. One of these things."
I think you guys voted me out that round too, and I was the imposter. I'm so mad.
Yeah.
You're all like, Cameron's the imposter because he has a dad. We have to get rid of him.
I was like, I don't know, man. I'm just going with the crew. Whatever they say.
Whatever they got, that's what we do.
Yeah.
What's probably the funniest story you guys probably got in school? Like, funniest thing that's ever happened to you in school?
Jason.
No, don't start with me.
I'm going to start with you.
I know one story for Jason that he's told me before, and it killed me when I found out. That's how you choked that kid out inside your locker room.
You thought that was funny?
I laughed so hard when he told me that.
Dude, I was so terrified to tell my mom.
Yeah.
I was so nervous. I had to start with my grandma.
Yeah.
Because I was like, she won't beat me. Well, my mom won't beat me either.
Go from the beginning and tell that story.
Oh my god.
That's a lifesaver.
That's a lifesaver. We gotta talk about this at some point too. I like this thing.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
It was my freshman year. I was doing weight training for football, and it was a mix of all the classes, from freshman to senior. Just depends.
Yeah.
You know how juniors and seniors are that have insecurities. You got to pick on freshmen, right? It's the law of the land, and I get it. The problem is I'm the size of an adult already, and so this 5'9" blonde kid, I won't say his name, but he's going around, he's messing with all the freshmen a little bit, you know, just like a little play boxing, nothing even crazy, nothing serious. Maybe he was mean, I don't know. I wasn't keeping track, I was just trying to lift. I sucked at the time. But he comes up to me, we play box for a second, he like flips around to do something, so his back's to me, and I just put my arm around his neck really quick and like brought it in, and he just and it wasn't a long hold, it wasn't like, you know, UFC where they're like fighting for it for like, you know, a minute. It just and then he just dead weight smacks the ground, and I was like I looked over to some kids that are lifting with me, they're just like and I just like paced behind the coach and waited by the front door, and Nick's like he finally, I said his name, god dang it, his name's Nick. I tried not to. That's but coach is like, what happened? He's like, I lifted wrong. What a champion. What a champion for trying to lie. But I'm lawful good. I was like, no, it was me. And the coach is like, you you knocked him out?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he's like,
God damn it!
"Go stand in the corner."
I don't gotta know. I don't get paid.
I thought I was gonna get in like serious trouble.
Yeah.
Like I think his mom came in. The coach. No, I'm just kidding.
The coach's mom.
The kid's mom came in, and the kid was like, "No, it's fine. It's whatever." And that's why I didn't get in any trouble. Thank God. But it was hilarious. But another story, real quick, for Eli, is that there was this really roided up boy.
Wasn't this his freshman year
Jeremy.
too?
Yeah,
it was
our
Eli's
freshman year. So we came in swinging. That's how it had to go. There was this junior, surprise, named Jeremy, and he had this accent where he would talk like this. And I was like, man, that kid is roided up. There's no way he's not.
Yeah.
He has like defined muscle mass all across his body. I was like, there's no way. That's not real.
Yeah.
No way. But so I don't know what they got in a fight about, but I guess Eli whooped that boy's booty.
From like the stories I've heard, apparently he was just like a dick to all the freshmen.
Yeah,
and Eli was just not having it that
Insecure juniors, mostly juniors.
Yeah.
Just try to pick on freshmen like you're babies.
Yeah.
But so Eli gets him like a ground and pound, kind of just like on him, just bah.
He's just beating the hell out of him.
And Jeremy's like, you can't do that. It's against the rules. And he was like, what rules?
Yeah, apparently he like hit the ground the first swing. From like the stories I heard, Eli like got up and got in his face, and he like, I guess the way it went, Eli was like, shut the fuck up, Jeremy, like just getting up in his shit. And I guess he like pushed him, and Eli just went whop and hit him once, and then jumped on him and just whop, just beating the hell out of him.
My favorite thing though is that the coach that told me to stand in the corner, he was the head coach of the whole football team.
Yeah.
And he's like, Eli, I heard about what you did with that kid. So stay right here while everyone else goes and takes a lap. Right, but I was walking slow because I wanted to hear what was going on.
Yeah.
And he's looking around. He's like, now you listen here. That was a good job. I heard what you did.
That was a good job what you did.
Like, what a Chad.
Dude, it's funny too because like throughout the entire time I've been through school my whole life, Eli is the only guy I would never fight. Dude, it's because like there was one day I was just walking around with Eli in middle school and something like happened to him that day and he was just super mad. And I was just like, are you feeling okay, dude? You want to talk about it? And he's like, not really. And he just turns real hard and fucking hits a locker and indents the locker and pulls his head back. And I was just like, in my this was middle school too, so in my head I'm like, this guy would fucking kill me if I made him mad. And he would come up to me all the time because I was a big kid, I was in football and all that, and he was like, Cameron, let's homie scrap. And I'm like, fuck you, Eli, you would kill me. I was like, dude, no, I'm not fighting you.
Cameron is like the definition of like big soft teddy bear.
Yeah.
And like I love that he just lives by that lifestyle no matter what. This man is so like flight, no fight. Every time. He is like, how can I make this person love me?
If I can avoid fighting, I definitely attempt to.
Yeah.
If it results to it, I have been in situations where I have defended myself pretty well. Still, I don't like to.
I wouldn't say I had any like laugh out loud moments I could think of right now.
I know you like made a teacher cry.
I was gonna say there was this time though that was my math teacher, and I don't know why, but every math teacher is always divorced and like the most lonely, angry, and depressed person on this fucking planet Earth. And this one in particular, I don't know why, but she just didn't like me. Like, she literally saw me crying because a friend that was super close to me moved away, and she was like, oh, whatever. I was like, well, okay, whatever. You don't like me, that's fine. There's a point where I couldn't read, like, I literally couldn't comprehend the algebra she had on the board. And she was like, oh my God, watch one more time. And I was like, listen, I've told you I don't get it countless times. No wonder your husband left you. He couldn't even count the days being with you. And she turned red, and then she just like a kid who like gets angry but knows he can't do anything about it, she just and I was like, oh, what? Am I supposed to feel bad? Am I supposed to feel bad since you brought me up here after multiple times of me saying I just don't understand what you're trying to say to me and make me look like an asshole? Oh, I'm sorry. She was like, go to the office. And I was like, fine. Fine. I don't even care.
I actually had really awesome math teachers. I just sucked at it. That's kind of
I
sad.
still suck at it. I'm getting better though.
I figured out my problem was just that I need more time to figure it out. It moves too fast for me.
And then like you have me and Nico.
Yeah. Y'all were competing for like who can get an A fast. And I was like, okay, it must be fun.
It's funny too because like the way the seating worked inside of that last math class before I moved away, the way the seating worked was funny because you got Zach and Jason who are the guys that would sleep during math class right next to each other. It's funny too because the teacher would walk by and wake up Zach, and she would like refuse to wake up Jason because he was just so big. Like people were scared to wake up Jason. I don't know why. He thought he was gonna come out swinging.
I think Mr. Millen told him what was up. Because one time I fell asleep in his class.
Yeah.
And his favorite thing to do was slap the desk really hard. So you would wake up.
Or you'd spray you with the bottle till you woke up.
And so, well, I have an afro, right?
Yeah.
So him spraying's ineffective. Because I sleep like with my face down.
Yeah.
And then he slapped the table and I didn't budge. And he was like... and I only know that because when I woke up to go to the next class, he's like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah, he was all concerned checking on him.
You look at him with bloodshot eyes and like...
I look like Omni-Man fresh out of fighting the freaking... Like the Justice League reboot.
Stoned as fuck,
yeah, I'm just like...
Stoney.
I fell asleep in English class probably the most.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because I never failed in English class. Except my freshman year of high school. But then every other one was like B's.
That's awesome. I don't think I've ever fallen asleep in class.
No, I've seen like kids be really mean to like each other, and I'm sorry, but some of the shit that I've heard them say to each other is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What
For example, I was walking past these two kids, like there's a teacher's aide, and he was a significantly older. He was a significantly older student, and this little kid. He's still young. He's still younger than I was at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm walking past him in the hallway, and this kid's going, and he's like reading a book, and
Okay, I remember the funny story. I gotta use the bathroom.
Good. The teacher's aide, he goes, "Oh, it's okay, Timothy. You're just retarded." And he goes, "What?" And he's like, "No, don't get me wrong. That's a good thing." And that's when I lost earshot. But I was like, "Oh my god,
These kids are so mean to each other.
they suck."
Dude, forget cutting back to Eli. This guy, I don't know how he did it. He was just so popular, but he like had these things going around school for a long period of time where like he had convinced the entire school that there's gonna be slap ass Wednesdays and smack a titty Thursday. And so it was just like very weird because at one point I was like, Eli had told me this like a week before it all started, right? And in my head I'm just like, okay, Eli, sure, go for it, dude. By the next week, fucking everybody was doing it. I was so confused. People I didn't even know existed would like walk by me and be like, "Slap ass Wednesday," and hit me in the butt, and I'm just like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I was like, "How did Eli get everybody to do this?" Like you would look around and see people just smacking each other's asses.
When kids hear something
so weird.
remotely sexual or to the point where it can get them almost to second base, they're gonna take that shit.
Dude, I know, and it's fucking hilarious. The only thing nobody took seriously was Slap a Titty Thursday because one kid did it and got knocked the fuck out like right away.
He's like, whack. She's like, nope.
And so everybody was like, maybe not do
Have
that.
you ever seen like, I don't know, a girl knock out some guy?
Yeah.
I've seen him.
I was there when I watched that happen. The guy was
were
like,
you?
yeah, he was a smack a titty Thursday. And like bean dipped her. And dude, she just fucking, what? Dude, just turned and clocked him so hard. He hit the floor and I was like, in my head, I was just like, don't touch any boobs. I'm like, Wednesdays are fine for the ass, but do not touch a tit.
I saw a video of this kid, he like slapped a girl's boob and she grabbed like a 2x4 next to her and threw it at the back of his head. I was like, oh my god, that kid's dead.
Like, I think there was one point, I think somebody told me a story. I think it was my friend Connor at the time. I think he told me another story about somebody that did that. The whole bean dip thing, slap a titty Thursday, but it was like his girlfriend at the time, and he did it in front of everybody, and she like turned and grabbed him by the dick, and just like held him for a minute. And she was like, "Don't fucking do that again." And he goes, "Okay," and like let him go. And dude, Connor, like, the whole time he was telling me, he was just laughing his ass off. He was like, "I can't believe I fucking saw that." It was the best shit I'd ever seen. It was like during PE too, so everybody was in like, you know, the shorts that are like really loose and the loose shirts. So when he did that, dude, he was just like, she had him by the balls, literally. You remember that shit Eli had going across the slap ass Wednesday and like slap a titty Thursday or whatever the fuck they were?
Oh, something weird, yeah.
Something weird, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't participate.
I'm sure you had.
The only ass you would slap was mine.
No.
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 I cheated on you multiple times.
Yeah, get out, boy.
The crowd's fine. He's gonna think you're petty when you're actually threatening him.
Okay, so another funny story that I had from school. But to give you guys a layout. So, math was on the second floor.
Oh, come back.
And then on the bottom was like all these like miscellaneous classes. But one of the biggest ones was early childhood.
What?
It was like preschool.
Oh,
right?
okay.
But it lets all these people like get like baby experience or whatever.
Yes.
You know they have those fake babies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also real children that play out there like all day, because that's preschool. But there was this one kid in my class named Christian, and our teacher was really chill. Our math
Are you
teacher,
tired holding it? No, okay.
Our math teacher was really chill though, but she had this like dunce cap thing for real. So like this really long cap thing, right? So Christian would usually get it, and he was always, when he got it this one day, he just kept going, "I am the Pope.
I am the Pope.
I am the Pope," and he'd just like stand up and start doing like this little thing. And she's like, "Christian, stop. You can't be the Pope." He's like, "Too bad, I am the Pope." And eventually he just got too annoying. And she was like, "Look, alright, you're gonna have to go sit outside." And then immediately after she said that, right as Christian's walking, I'm like, "He can't go outside. There's kids down below." And she's like, "You get out too." I like waddled out. I was like,
that's good shit.
Well, I think we should call it good.
No, I think we got another hour worth of stories in our book.
Oh, dude, you're right.
No,
Right,
no, we could call it good.
yeah, it's a good place, Dan.
No, it's not.
Well, you want to do more?
Goodbye, Chicago. We can just start another one.
Oh,
no, Cloud.
Start another one
It's
up.
good night.
Goodbye, Chicago.
I don't turn it off
Yeah,
till
good
Kevin
job,
does
Cloud.
it.
Hi, Cloud.
Kevin.
What kind of simp do you think you are? I'll just
Oh,
turn it
you're
off
still
manually.
recording.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to do your thing.
Good night, Chicago.